Hello coders, good afternoon. What's going on? It's not even 5 o'clock yet and I'm streaming. I'm on holiday. I've got this whole week off. Woohoo! And I've just done some gardening because it's nice and sunny out. So I was chopping down an old tree. So I'm going to do something completely different now and get on with some code. A lot has changed since the last stream. Let me get into the code. Sorry, I'm not the setup's a bit weird. Okay, so a lot has changed. I want to use Kubernetes, although I'm probably going to work through that tomorrow. Today, I want to work through some of the bits and pieces to do with the Stripe pages. So the checkout page, the cancel page, the success page, those kind of things. So this sort of lot. That's what I'm going to work on. Bear with me just a second. I just want to make sure Murph's all right. He's having a bit of a complaint behind me. Bear with me a minute. Apologies for that. Murphy was barking at the people in the close, as he always does, because he's a good guard dog. Do you want to see him, Murph? He's just chilling. Oh, you can tell I'm on holiday, right? Okay, so let's get into the code, shall we? So it's these three I kind of want to work on. The allow customers to cancel subscription. Oh no. It is this one. That's what I want to work on. That's what I want to work on. And that one. These three I want to work on first. Cancel page, success page, and also checking the session ID is correct on the success page. Those three, and then if we've got time, we'll work through that one too. So let's see if all of this is wired up. I'll just move this over to here, and then let's get into the old terminal, bring that over there. And I'm going to come out of that, make this one a wee bit bigger. Like so, that's on stream. Yep, make sure PHP Storm's running, which it is. Sweet. Okay, let's close all these things down. Okay, so first of all, it's I guess we should do the success page first. I'm going to do this one. Check the session ID is correct on the success page. Now, what happens with the success page is let me see if I can bring that over there, get some documentation going. So Stripe, success, page. None of this I can spell. Come on. Here we go. That'll do. Can I bring that into there? Brilliant. Okay, so this here, we have customization, success URL, and we're checking the session ID that comes back from Stripe. And then down here, there is an example that I saw this morning of getting the actual, getting the customer details and the session details from the requested session. So this does a Stripe request, and then returns a response where we have thanks for your order, customer name. So this is the session ID that we get through that URL, and what I want to check is whether it's correct. So Stripe checkout session retrieve. So I need to make a check on that one. So getting the session, and then getting the customer from the session as well. Okay, let's get into it. I tell you what, I'll show you the flow at the moment, right? That's probably a good example. So this is running off of the Docker machine at the moment. And if I was go to join now, how are we doing, Murph? Murphy is just chilling. Lol. Okay, so if I was to click on the free one, like this, for instance, it's just going to go straight into there. We still got that bug with that annoying thing that keeps popping up. If we go to monthly, we should go to the register page, and I'm going to register with 04. I did this morning, so we'll make some other things up. So 0405 21, and I think I got to about 9 last time, so let's do 10. That's my username. My email address is going to be at testing.howtocode.net, and the password is going to be the same as that. Let's hit register. Now, because it's monthly, we should go to a page that gives us like a checkout. Now, I need to obviously style this up, and I would like to have the ability to offer to kind of like upsell the yearly subscription plan as well. And so this page will be the bit where you can choose which one you want. You can change the thing, and then you would hit a button and checkout, and that will drive you to Stripe. Hopefully. Yeah, cool. And if we did put in all the 4s, all the 2s, hang on, that's all wrong, isn't it? 42, 42, 42, 2, 42, 42, 42, 42. There we go. And then do the same here. And that's good. Put a test on there. It doesn't matter what the name is at this stage. And then I'll put a London-based postcode in. Hit subscribe. This is now going to send us back to our success page. And the thing that I'm interested in is the URL. So, come on. Got the green tick. Boom. This should now forward us back to, if I've done it right, yeah, to the success page. Now, this is our session ID. You see on the thing? That's the session ID. And I have just noticed, hang on a minute, have I pressed the button on this? I have. See, because I stream on Twitch, I've just noticed my stream deck is wired up to Twitch, which is annoying, which means all of my overlays are for Twitch and not for YouTube. Let me just quickly change that. That's embarrassing. Stream deck. Ha. Yikes. There we go. There, the missing buttons have been added. So if I hit now, we should get our coding stream. Yay! There we go. Lols. Okay, so yeah, what I want to do here is check the session ID because this session ID is obviously, it's in Stripe. It's associated to this customer. So I want to make sure that that is valid and valid to this customer too. And also I want to make sure that nobody can access this page unless we have a session ID. Yeah, they're kind of the two things. So at the moment, I can just do like this, right? Oops, no, without that, without anything, and it's just going to go check out success. So there's no validation yet. That's what I want to work on today, the validation side of it. So I think what's probably best to do is to create some acceptance tests. Really, they're probably the best thing for me. Oh, Murphy's just sleeping. I think that's probably the best start, right? So we'll do tests and we'll go into acceptance. So this is Selenium-based sort of, gosh, think Pete, what is it called? Cucumber. There we go. It's Cucumber and Gherkin. So I'm going to create a new feature. Let's see now. Let's just grab one of these. I'll just copy it and I'll call this checkout success. Yeah. So checkout success is what we'll call it. Now we're not going to go through the whole shebang of going through Stripe and everything. This test is just going to make sure that I can only access it with that ID. So Stripe, so checkout success. Okay, so in order to see the checkout success screen as a logged out user, I need to go to the success page with a valid valid session ID. Okay. So, scenario, attempt to go to the success page without a session ID. That's the first one. That's the first scenario. So as a logged out user, I am shown an error when I access the success page without a session ID. Okay, cool. All right, so when I don't, okay, so I'm not logged in. Is there I'm sure I've done this. I haven't written these acceptance tests in a while, so please bear with me. Let me think. Would I have called it logged out? Nope. Would I have called it session? Nope. Okay. Logged out checks. Okay, given I am logged out. There we go. Gotcha. Okay, so given I am logged out, now this logged out should go to support, and I believe it goes to helper. Acceptance. No. Step. Let's do logged. Yes. So here we go. Given I am logged out, we'll run this step. So this I delete session snapshot, front end snapshot, and back end snapshot. So this will ensure that I am logged out. Okay. So given I am logged out, then I go to, and I want to go to. I can't remember what the URL is. Checkout success. There we go. I tell you what, let me just copy that. There we go. So Now, I suppose I need to make a decision as to what I want to do here, because I'm going to this URL without a session ID. So given I am logged out, then I go to checkout success. I should see, should I show an error message, or should I just redirect the user back? I think I should show an error message. It's a bit more friendly, isn't it? I should see the header. Now I don't want to say session not found, because that just doesn't sound nice. How about basket is empty? Yeah, okay, so let's do that. Basket is empty. Okay, so given I am logged out, then I go to checkout success. I should see the header basket is empty. Or your basket is empty. Something like that. Now, obviously, this isn't set up yet, so this will fail. But this is I suppose you could call this TDD for acceptance tests or something. I don't know. So anyway, checkout success. In order to see the checkout screen as a logged out user, I need to go to the success page with a valid. I'm going to just remove that. I need to go to the success page with a valid session ID. So attempt to go to the success page without a session ID. As a logged out user, I am shown an error message when I access the success page when accessing. So what we're doing now is we're just sort of documenting the features, I suppose. As a logged out user, I am shown an error message when accessing the success page without a session ID. Okay, that's cool. Let's go back to, I've got a little make helper thingy. So I just want to do a, what's the button here? It is a refactor rename. I just want to grab that because I'm lazy. I have a make file. Of course I've got a make file. I always have a make file. Let's go to, let's just, come on. No. There we go. All right, let's just do cd into here. I need to evaluate my shell to the Docker machine, which I can't remember the I can't remember the command. Eval. There we go. Okay, so I've evaluated my shell. I suppose what I should really do is I should really have created a branch first. Jeez, Pete. Well done. Well done. Slow clap. Slow clap. Okay. God damn it. Let's do checkout -b, and this is features, and this is checkout success. Wow. All right. Okay, so then I'm going to do, is this on stream? Yeah, it is on stream. Sweet. Can I do make, remember what it's called? Is it test acceptance feature? There we go. So test acceptance feature, and I think, no, I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna have to read my make file a minute. Hold on, I can't remember what the command is. It's a variable I pass in, I'm sure. Hang on. Acceptance feature, here we go. So it evaluates the shell, and then it goes to run, test, and feature. So do I just pass in feature? I think I do. Okay, which should be that. Okay, so that should just run that one test. Okay. I think I need to do make test clean, because I think there's already output in there that needs to be removed. Yep, so let's do this again. Now, this is going to fail. I hope this is going to fail. So as a logged out user, I wish to... What? That's not the right feature. Hang on. Hang on. Wait. Hang on a minute. feature. How have I got this set up? We're passing in a variable called feature. So app code set run acceptance and then feature. Oh, it's a variable. Oh, for God's sake, Fisher. It's a variable. I've just put it in as an argument. Alright, feature is equal to, I think that's what it is now. Let's see. Yes, it is. There we go. And what's the outcome? The outcome is as a log blah 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 Facebook exception. Unable to find the provider for session capabilities. Oh, come on, please. Docker ps-a. Please tell me that's running. Selenium is up and has been up for 8 hours. So anyway, Selenium has created us a nice little output. So if I go to output here, oh, it's only got that as an output. That's rubbish. Wow. Unable to find provider for session capabilities. Browser name Chrome. I literally ran this today and I saw errors. Like this sucks. Why can't things just go right? It is saying that we have this as a Pong file, so but I can't see it in the output. Output, yeah, I can see it. I can see it in here, but it's not in there. I don't know. Hang on a minute. What have I done wrong? Okay, can I run my acceptance tests? Can I just make test acceptance? Let's just run the suite. And I'm gonna have to, I need to put in the test clean in my make file, I think. Come on. Okay, they're all erroring. They're all erroring. And they all look like they've got the same problem. Okay, well that's good, I suppose. Let me see about... Is this because this is not in test and dev mode? I can't see the Symfony toolbar here. I think this is in prod. Because I was playing around with that. Let me see my Docker Compose file a minute. Scroll up. Right. Give me a sec whilst I look into my env file, which is this one. Oh, look, it's production. Let's put in dev. Right. And then here I'm going to do make. No, I'm not. I'm going to do Docker Compose up -d. See if we can get another container created for us. Okay, let's see if we can actually see that toolbar coming through. Should be something down here. The error mentions Chrome, so I'm wondering if I've got a different version of Chrome. Taking its time. Ah, yes, we got the toolbar now. Brilliant. Okay, so we're now in dev mode. So now we're in dev mode. Can I just run some tests again? We'll have to do the clean. And let's do here. So this is going to run through all the acceptance tests again, and they're all erroring, and it looks like it's the same thing. Okay, so it wasn't that. Unable to find provider for session. Browser name Chrome. I reckon I've got a different version of Chrome. I think. Let me see. I'm gonna have to Google this one. Googly. Unable to find provider for session. My Docker Compose is yada yada yada. I made it work with previous version of the image of Chrome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I reckon it is that thing, isn't it? Which is annoying because I had it working. I swear I had it working. Let me see what Selenium test is. It's Selenium. It's running off of pre-release alpha. No, pre-release. I mean, that looks fine to me. And I had to change the base URL in bhat for the container URL of my web server. Brilliant. So I'm trying to configure Selenium and Docker container to use a bhat. Services, Chrome, pre-release. I'm gonna just, I think what I'll do is let's do Docker Compose down all the things and bring them all back up again. I'm wondering if that would do it, because literally this was working. This was working. And I'm going to do Docker images, and we got the image. It was created 7 months ago. I reckon it's old. Look at all of these empty images. Okay, let's do a Docker Compose up-d. This usually happens on stream. I go gun-ho and I go, right, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. And then suddenly, very, very quickly, something doesn't work. I'm going to then run, I'm going to attempt to run these tests again. So let's clean and test. Oh, it's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. It's having a bit of a thought. Should I, shouldn't I? So these tests by nature are very slow. I mean, they are literally doing what a user would do. So they are by nature slow. And also they drop the database and recreate it each time. So they're going to be slow. I just want to see one green tick. Just the one. That's all I want to see. Just one green tick. Come on. The fact that it's... Actually, I tell you what I could do. I could do this, couldn't I? I could do cd into u. Oh, yeah, I've got a green tick. It was quicker than I was. I'm going to get rid of that screen as well. Okay, cool. So let's come out of this. Let's clean our test suite. And then let's see if we can find that command and run that single feature. So yeah, it was a problem with, I just needed to restart the, I had to restart the containers, that's all. Let's run this. This should fail. Yes. No. Hang on a minute. Why is that the same error message? And yet this one... What? Is it specific to a session then? Maybe that one doesn't do a session. No, as a logged in user. So yes, it is a session thing. So why has that failed? I tell you what. Let's see if we can just remove that session jazz. Okay, let's just remove that from now, because it doesn't matter actually whether you were logged in or logged out. So attempt to go to the success page. Yeah, so in order to check out, I need to, yeah, as a logged out. All right, let's change this to be yeah, I am shown an error message when accessing the success page without accessing the checkout success page without a session. There we go. Let's just keep it nice and simple. Let's clean those tests again, and then let's run that. And then hopefully there might be an issue with the given thing there. I don't know. Okay, so we got a failure, and we've still got a session failure. What? Oh, it's on then. Let's do when. When I go to. If I can spell, that would be great, Pete. Struggling with the tests today. Hang on a minute. This is running create by session. Is compliant. What? I don't understand why it would be doing that, to be fair. Okay, I think there's something wrong here. Rubbish. Okay, this isn't good. Maybe we should call this stream How to Get Selenium Working. I had high hopes for getting this to... I just assumed this would all work, you know, as it did when I used it the other day, so... I will not be defeated. Unable to find provider for session. Browser name is Chrome. What the dickens does this mean? Failed to start WebDriver session. Okay, do I have any... I don't have any configuration, I don't think. I mean, I've got the acceptance suite, and we've got, that goes to app, which is fine. That's the dump of the database, which is fine. This is all Gherkin stuff, which is fine. So, and the browser is Chrome, which again should be fine. And the weird thing about this is that I can run my suite, right? Because we had, if I ran the suite, we had some test, we had a test, was it 2 tests? We had some tests working, right? Which is weird. So we had that one working. Attempt to update the name of a user. It's not that, is it? No, it would... No, that's correct. And that's the IP, that's the server IP that's been passed through. And I'm going to go and log this. So I'm going to go to cd into here. I'm going to evaluate the shell, and I'm going to do docker logs -f, and I'm going to log it out. There we go. We can see it going through. Ah, hang on a minute. That's interesting. It's doing it in alphabetical order. So checkout session is the first one. Is the second one, sorry. And that we've got a failure, which was, so what I'm going to do is, let's get some more logging going. I'm going to get into the container, so let's get into here, and then we will go into, sorry, it's the wrong eval. I want to do docker exec into there, and I want to do tail -f var log, and it's devlog. Okay, so we can see it rolling through, right? We can see it going all the way through, and we can see, whoops, sorry, we can see that that's been ticked and that's been crossed. So let's just, unfortunately I didn't get to the log in time. Unless this is it. No, this is a deprecated notice. Okay. Maybe we should... I don't want to run all of these because these take ages. Maybe we're gonna have to, I don't know. Hang on a minute. Has that generated the output yet? It has. And this is the pung file. Alright, this is interesting. So this is working, right? So this is the pung file that Selenium has created, and it's showing the error. Well, it's showing a page without the error. That would be the issue. But it seems that it's that make command that is failing then. Not the actual test. Okay, I guess what we can do is just keep rolling this and work on it whilst it's rolling. Okay, so we know what the error is, the fact that we don't have your basket is empty in there. And we're going to do controller front end. Murphy is still asleep on the floor. We're going to do... It's in checkout. That's where it lives. And it's the success, this thing here. So what we need to do is we first need to get the actual request. So let's do request. We need to get the session ID. So get session... Is it ID or session? Do we have an example in here? Session ID. Session ID. It is just that. Okay, fine. So session ID is equal to this. We should first up make sure that we have it's not empty. I guess that's the first thing that we need to do, right? So let's check that that isn't empty. So session ID here, all good. Hey guys, thank you for joining. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody's well. So if empty, we still want to render it, but we want to render it with a message, I think. So let's do errors. Is errors. And let's do, or error, there should only be one. Error is equal to null. And the error that we want to provide is error is equal to, what was the thing that we put into the old, that's a bit worrying. Why are they all now not working? Oh, it's because I'm working on it. I'm throwing syntax errors left and right and center, and that's why it's throwing exceptions. Anyway, so error, I want to get to, where was it that we defined it? Oh, we defined it in here. No, not in there. We defined it in our actual test suite, which is in here. No. There. Your basket is empty. There we go. Cool. I'm gonna also provide. Think. I'm gonna change this up. And we're gonna have message. This is gonna be an empty string. We're also gonna have a boolean is valid is equal to false. That is now message, and we're going to have is valid is equal to is valid like so. Okay, good. And then on in here I'm going to print out the message. So let's do div class alert error, and we're going to print out the message, and we're only going to print out the message if as an alert, as an error, if there is an error. So let's do if what was it, is valid is true, if hang on, is if, can we do that in Twig? Probably not. Hang on a minute, I can't remember my Twig. If, and then down here we do end if, right? So if is valid. Hang on a minute. I can't believe I'm gonna have to Google this. Let's try it. Twig check false. I can't remember what the operators are for Twig. If it like how you do, so if uses end if aha, it is just false. There we go. It's just my IDE was like, I don't know what you're doing, so put it up. Okay, if is valid is false, then we pass in the message. I suppose we should also do and message is not empty. Sweet. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can actually get this running manually first, right? And then we'll make sure that the test run. So if I just refresh this, it should throw something. You know, we should get some output. Come on. Come on. No. Hang on a minute. Oh, sorry. If is empty. Ugh, gosh. If is empty, I spend 1 day not doing any work and I've lost the ability to program. There we go. Okay. Okay. Obviously, this needs to be tightened up and tidied, obviously. But anyway, that's good. And can we see this in the testing suite? So if are we all done now? Are you happy? Yes. Okay. Let's run. It's a shame that I can't run if we did clean. It's a shame that we can't run that individual test. I'm going to try it again. I don't know why this is failing. I mean, obviously the tests are passing, although we seem to have a 200 OK on these things. What's going on here? It's failed. Ah, no, that did actually go through. That's so weird. Okay, let's have a look at this. I am shown an error message when accessing the checkout success page without session ID. Failed asserting that an element by H1, any element, okay. That needs to be a H1. I didn't realize. Okay, all right. Do I have any? Hello, buddy. Murphy's just woken up. Aww. Hello. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. Well, I've totally forgotten what I was doing. I was stroking a dog. What was I doing? Something about a message. Oh, H1. There we go. I should see. Oh, gosh. Someone wants attention. Someone wants attention. Do you want to go out? Okay, bear with me a minute. I'm just going to let him out. He's like, no, you're not giving me enough attention. I'm going to find Mummy. She'll give me all the cuddles. I was doing something, and then a dog came into the scene. It was a message. It was H1, and why is that got a It's got an extra thing, hasn't it? There we go. Right. H1, that's what I was doing. And so I need to have a look and see if there is anything in here which does alerts or errors or something. I am shown an error message. I see error. I see error. Let's see if I can see this in my step config. Not in there. Support. Anywhere in here. Yes. I see an error. I can see div alert error. Woohoo! This is what I need. I see error. So instead of saying I should see the header, I need to say and I see error. Okay, let's give that a blast and see if that works. Come on. Yes, I've got the green. I'm green. Brilliant. Okay, so that's good. Obviously, it looks like it doesn't look good, but let's do another scenario. let's do a scenario where the where the session ID is not valid. So we provide a session ID, but it's just not valid. Attempt to go to the success page with a invalid session ID. I am shown an error message when accessing the checkout success page with a invalid session ID. Okay. Again, it's going to be the same deal. We're going to get the same message, I think. But I just want to change this. So if it's not empty, we do need to go and chat to Stripe, don't we? So how do we do this? It is Stripe session, checkout session. There we go. Do we have... I'm pretty sure. I've done something similar to this. No, that's just the Stripe event. Handler. I just can't remember what I'd called it. Oh, was it this? Process. Summary. Here we go. Session create. Session. So does that mean that we've got session in our use statement? We do. Sweet. Okay, let me just get rid of all the rubbish that we don't need. Scroll. Then down here we do... not there, sorry. In success, we do session, which is Stripe. That's the wrong one. This one. And what is that? Session retrieve. And we pass in our session ID. Right, so what does this... It looks like it's going to throw something. What do you throw? An API exception. Okay. I guess what we could do is a try catch. Sorry. That's not the way you do try catches. Try catch. And what is this? The API error exception. Now I don't know whether this is thrown if that doesn't come back with anything. We'll have a look at the docs. So we can provide an ID, which we've got, and options. I don't know what that is. Okay, the ID of the API resource to retrieve, or an options array containing the ID key. If the request fails. So the thing is, I don't know whether it's going to throw an error. I suppose I could just try it out, couldn't I? Let's do session here. Yeah, let's do. Let's get a logger involved in this. Is there a constructor? Have I created one with a logger interface? Yes, of course I have. So let's do this logger. It's critical. Well, it's an error. So cannot find session with ID. Let's make it a little bit more obvious. Cannot find Stripe session with ID, passing in the session ID, I suppose. At least we'll find that. And I suppose we'll have to put the message in again. I'll refactor all of this. And down here, we'll change this to be, what does that return? Retrieve. It returns a static. It's not very helpful, is it? Does that just return itself then, does it? Yes, it does. Okay. I'm just going to dump that out. I don't know what's in it yet, so let's just try it. Now, obviously, I'm just going to give random session IDs at this stage. So we're going to go, we'll do this manually first. So we'll do success ID, and I'll just bash the keyboard and then press enter there. Hey, Bryce. Thanks for joining, buddy. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to throw an error? Are we going to get a log file? No idea. Let's just see. Unquote exception. Let's come back as a 200. Could not determine which URL to request. Stripe session instance has an invalid ID. Okay, that to me looks like an exception. And it's an unexpected value exception, which I suppose is true. So let's do API exception. It's an unexpected value. There we go. Unexpected value exception. Is that coming from Stripe, is it? Or is that... Could be that. So let's try that. So what I'm wanting is to see if there's anything in here. Says its basket is empty, which is good. Is there anything in the logs here? Returns a new instance of blah 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 blah. Cannot find Stripe. Here we go. Cannot find Stripe session with ID, and then there's nothing. Why is there nothing? I've given you a session ID. Oh, okay. I see now because we're passing that in. Session ID is session ID. Session ID is this. So why has that not got the session ID? Is it because I've just refreshed the page? Nope. It's I've called it success ID. Okay. So. Right, what's the next log file then? Cannot find, here we go. There we go. But that's weird. That was success. Like that, right? So, surely that should have gone to empty here. Oh, of course it went to empty and then it failed. I suppose what I need to do right, let's make some horrible code. This obviously needs to be refactored big time. But there we go. Don't worry, it's not going to stay like this. I suppose what I should do is create, it doesn't throw that anymore, because I caught it. I suppose what we should also do is log that error out as well, otherwise I'm just gonna I'll keep it to error for now. No. Sorry, I've changed my mind. Let's do exception get message. Okay, we've done a lot of stuff. Let's just run those tests again. So this should do 2 now. There's no need for that being in the middle anymore. Let's make some room. Come on. Right. So that was good. That went through. Got a nice green tick there. And the next one, which should implement method. What was that? Another green tick. Great. And what was the errors that we got? We've got some debug messaging. Where is it? Info, debug, error, uncaught exception, no root found for get, oh, that's the favicon jobby. I can see it hitting this. I can't see the logs. Feel like they're staring me in the face and I can't see them. Hang on a minute. Let me go back to my tests for a sec. Is it because... Oh yeah, I haven't actually changed it. Oh, I am so sorry. I've literally just copied the tests. So yes, it is. Is it a success or a session? I've totally forgotten what it is. What is it that I'm doing? Session ID. That's it. Sorry, session ID is keyboard bashing. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, I see error, your basket is empty. Right, let's run that again. Yeah, I'm on holiday this week. And I just decided to jump on and do some work. That's why it's a bit of a funky time. Why is that yellow? Incomplete or risky tests? Really? What is so risky about this test? Run with -v to get more info about the skipped or incomplete tests. Okay. let's change my makefile to do just that. Makefile, and it is this here. I want to probably put in acceptance feature -v, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see any output, so it scooted over that one. Let me just read the tests a minute. Too many tabs, too many windows. Right, I go to success with question mark session ID is equal to gobbledygook. Oh, I see what's wrong. It's my own fault. I've missed out a thing here. We should put that in quotes, because that's a variable that cucumber. It's either cucumber or gherkin. No, cucumber reads. So that's why. Let's yeah, cool. Let's just run it again. So I'm just looking for logs here. Here we go. We got info. Sorry, here, error. Cannot find Stripe session with ID, blah, 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 blah. And then that's our critical session ID, invalid checkout session ID. Marvelous. And that's been treated. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. I don't know why Thank you. Don't know why that happened. Sweet. So I guess the next challenge is to come up with a session ID that actually is valid. But the trouble with that is it's Stripe. And so that's a very difficult thing to achieve. I'm going to have to mock the fact. I'm going to have to mock it, aren't I? And that's not easy in an acceptance test. No, I can't think of how to do that at the moment. I'm assuming the session IDs they don't last long. I mean, let's try it. Let's do yeah, let's do a change in here. So else blah 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 blah. Let's do your session ID is session ID. I'm just for purposes of testing, and that's the dump. And we'll do is valid. We'll keep that to true, so we should have a printout of the session ID, which is in the URL anyway, and we're dumping out the session that we've got. So what I'll do now is I'll just run through a manual capture of the whole process and just see if I can try it again. So let's do GoPro. Let's put in some credentials. Let's make some stuff up. Sorry, 04. And we'll go with this one, and we'll do 11. That becomes our testing.howtocodewell.net, and bung that in as password. Let's hit register now. Let's hit checkout. Man, I'm hungry. Tell you what I made yesterday. you could tell I'm in holiday mode. So yesterday, me and my lovely wife, we made 6 lovely Cornish pasties, because we were talking like we usually go off to Cornwall for our holidays, and of course due to lockdown we haven't been able to do that. Let me just put in all the stuff. So we decided, and we were like, we really miss Cornish pasties, so we made some, and that's what we're having for dinner tonight. Living that dream, that Cornish pasty dream. Test, and then of course it'll never be as good as the Cornish pasties that you get in Cornwall. Let's hit subscribe. So this should now take me back to the success page, and we should get our URL thing and a dump as well of the data that we've got from the session. Hopefully, fingers crossed. There we go, your session ID is this. I don't know why, but we didn't dump that out. Am I supposed to... Hang on. Do I send this back as that, and put in that in there, and what we'll do is we'll do that as null. Okay, and then in our where are we? In here we'll do a dump of session. Okay, so this is our session ID. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to just put that into I'll just put it in a comment in here, because what I want to try and test is to see whether I can use this again in a test, as this is valid. So I'm just going to refresh and just see what happens. Or is it a one-time deal? No, it's not a one-time deal. Sweet. Okay, this is what we've got. The checkout session. We got the customer. We got the currency. We got the customer email address. That's good. Customer details. What have we got in the deets? Original values. We just got the email address, I think. That's okay. We've got the subscription plan as well. That's cool. And if I keep refreshing this, marvelous. So I tell you what I could do. I could create a data fixture with this in, as this is a known session ID. Yeah. But I tell you what, let's get, before my brain goes in that direction, let's go into back to our tests, and let's create another scenario where we have a valid session ID of the session ID that we've just got. So if we go to here and grab that and paste that in to there, this time I want to attempt to go to the success page with a valid session ID. I am shown a success message. Can't spell success. How many S's and C's? There we go. When you're dyslexic, the word success is just not an easy thing to pick up, because there's 2 S's, 2 C's, an S that kind of looks like a... There's 3 S's. Oh, my brain just exploded. Okay, I am shown a success message when accessing the checkout success page with a valid session ID. I am shown an error when accessing the checkout success page with an invalid checkout page without a session with an invalid with a valid. Yeah. Okay, so this is our valid success session ID, and so I've got IC error. Do I see? Is there like IC success? Let's have a look. Find IC. Come on. IC success. And what does this need to look like? Div alert success. Oh, there we go. I could have guessed that. IC success. And I will do thank you for your purchase. Yay! Groovy. So this will fail, right? So we'll run the test again and it'll fail. Yeah. So let's run those acceptance tests. Ugh. Am I planning to protect it? What do you mean? How do you mean protect it? We're checking the session IDs. We do need to check. How do you mean? I don't understand. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, gotcha. What would happen if it was a real payment and someone refreshed it? I gotcha. So what this page will eventually do is it will eventually set the user up with their session, with their subscription. Actually, no. We got webhooks to do that. So no. All this is a dummy page. Actually, yeah. All this is a dummy page that just says thank you for your purchase. What happens is the webhooks run and listen to events that come back from Stripe. So this doesn't actually do any kind of thing to the user's account. All it's doing is it's saying, yes, this is a good session ID. We're aware of this session ID, so we'll print out the page. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the background that isn't done. Sets up the user subscriptions, but they are only done when Stripe sends us the webhooks, the relevant events. So I'm not relying on user interactions to set up the user account. I'm relying on Stripe to send me the events that I then digest through a series of cron jobs, and then update their subscription. There's going to be webhooks for payment successes. It's going to be a monthly and yearly type of subscription, so those webhooks will be listening to, or these cron jobs will be listening to those events that come in. So this is just a complete dummy page, really. It doesn't matter if the user refreshes. It's just nothing's going to happen. And to be fair, I think a lot of. Did that go through? Okay. No, we've got some errors. And is it because we haven't set up that success yet? Checkout success. There we go. It's because step can see thank you for your purchase, div success, element loaded, div success was not found. Okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah, and I think a lot of e-com sites are set up like this, in the sense that you're not relying on a user interaction on the checkout page to do anything. It's just once you've hit that success page, that's it. It's then up to, say, if you were to use PayPal, or if you were to use Stripe, or there's so many other payment gateways, you rely on them to tell you whether the purchase has been made. You don't rely on the customer to hit that success page, because the customer can game that, Okay, so we have we need to set that message up, don't we? What is that message? I've forgotten. I've totally forgotten. What was I doing? It was in here, wasn't it? Thank you for your purchase. Yeah, so I don't care if this user sees this 20 million times. He's only going to be subscribed once. So there we go. We'll put that in there like so. I guess we need to ensure that that is an actual thing, right? But no, we don't really need to. It's not going to do anything. We're not sending this off to... We're not making any database calls here. I think that's okay. I mean, what I would like to have is to provide the email address. The reason this is just doing the check is to make sure that, bots and stuff can't hit it. And I mean, maybe I should store the session. I am storing the session ID, aren't I? Actually, yes. I could do a DB call, couldn't I? Because I am storing the session ID. It's in the database. Sorry, I'm going a bit off the track here, but we go to the entity, we go into the user. We do have customer trait. Customer trait does have Stripe customer ID, and am I storing that? I must be storing it somewhere. Maybe it would be in process. Checkout session. Order summary. Set Stripe session ID. There we go. So we're setting the ID to the order summary. So I could find that. Yes, I could do that. If I wanted to, I could go, yes, this is a valid session ID from our point of view. Anywho, thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your purchase. Yep, that makes sense. That goes to here. So if is valid. So let's change this up. Let's do if message is not empty, and if, all right, and then we have a check in there. So if is, we'll do if, and then this would be an else, and then we would have another one in there, and that would be success. However, looking at that, that's terrible code. So let's create a little variable. I'm sure I can do ternaries in. Can I do ternaries in Twig? I mean, I could just. It's not that big of a deal, isn't it? I could just do this, can't I? I could just do if is valid is false, then that becomes error, and then else success, and if. There we go. Cool. So if it's not valid, would that return true? It would, wouldn't it? Yeah. So let's switch it around. There we go. Good. Right. So then we go to here, and we. What are we doing here? Thank you for your purchase message. And is valid is set to true at this stage. Okay. Okie doke. Now this is terrible looking code, so I'm going to change this up in a minute. Let me just get the tests actually running, and then I'll fiddle about with all of that stuff. In fact, are we still dumping the session? We don't need that. Well, we'll comment that out. I'm sure I'll need it in a minute. Let's run those tests. That's what we'll do. I'm going to stand up. Okay. Whoops. I'll just bring that over there. Like pointed to my chest. There we go. Attempt to go to the success page without session ID. Oops, that's a spelling issue there. I can't see it. Check out attempt to go to the success page without a session. No. Odd. Okay. Anyway, they all passed. Boom, boom, boom. They all went through. Sweet. I'm going to... I'm not sure if I should bother with any kind of... Let's get the subscription plan. There we go. Yeah, let's get the subscription plan. Actually, no, let's not bother. That should be fine for this. I don't want to overcomplicate it too much. So, is valid is false. Session is this. Session is null. That's my default message. If it's empty, then we got to try catch. Let's do... That's the logging here. Let's see if we can bring this in first. I don't like this try catch within an else block. I feel like that needs to return. And we've got two messages that are the same. I don't like that. Unless we provided that as... No, I was going to say let's not provide that as a default message. I suppose we could do that, but... yeah, I suppose we could do that. If we did that and did that and did that, still don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna get the customer ID from yeah, maybe. So if it isn't empty, then we try and get it. And what was that coming back as? Do we have that as a checkout session? Of course. So we could do if instance, maybe, I don't know. I suppose we need to check whether that is the thing. So yeah, if instance of, if, come on, session instance of session, then session get, nope, session customer. What do we have here? Stripe object. Customer details. No, I want, oops, I want the plan. That's what I want. Where's it gone? Oh no. That's annoying. That's not going to work now. Oh no, it does work. Okay. I would like to get the subscription. Can I get that from here? Session subscription. Yes, I can. So, subscription is equal to this. That's that. I suppose I need to also check. Oh, I don't need to check that because that comes back in the yeah, no, I don't need that. Mode. Customer. Ah, this is probably a better thing to get. Let's do customer. And then let's do user manager. And down here we do user manager, get repository, find by Stripe customer ID. Gotcha. Okay, what's that going to return? Null or a Stripe customer. Okay, so again, we're going to make some really bad code. If customer is an instance of, what was this? Stripe customer. Custo. Why can't I find it? There we go. Ifs and ifs and ifs. It's fine. I've got a plan, honest. And then down in here we do if. Sometimes you got to make really bad code to make good code. Okay, so if user instance of because what I want to do is pass the user back into here eventually. There we go. Okay, so okay, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's even worse. Throw exception, throw new exception, sorry. And this is Alright, we're out of that block. This is where we do a bit of tidy up. So, throw those exceptions. That's the thing that's confusing me. Okay, user find by customer. Customer is up here. Ah, that's okay. Yes, sorry, that needs to be customer ID. Whoa. Oh, come on. Fat fingers. Right, so we've got user, manager, blah, 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 blah. Get the customer ID. Code still a mess. Customer. Throw. Exception. Catch. Now, obviously, I have to test these failing cases, but I'm just riffing and playing at the moment. User is null to begin with. So why can't you see it on an iPad? Is it because the text is too small? TT. I've never actually tried this on an iPad, so seeing the stream. I don't know. So if isn't empty, the session, then we go ahead and try it out. So session retrieve session ID. If it isn't a session, then we throw an invalid session. Fine. Okay. If we get the customer from the session, and then we've got, if the customer isn't an instance of customer, then we cannot find customer. Then we've got a user here using user manager, getting the customer ID from there. And if we don't have the user, then we throw an error, throw an exception, and then we handle that all down there. So this piece of logic can go somewhere else eventually. But let me just make sure that my current tests are doing the thing it needs to do. There's a couple of ways I can test this. One being I can create a valid session ID, but not a valid user account. So a user account that comes back with a customer, but doesn't come back with a user. So we'll get that error. I don't know how we're going to test this. This is a bit tricky. There's always going to be a customer, right? So this is me testing their stuff. So I don't think that's needed. Again, this is also testing their stuff as well. So I don't know if that's needed. Unless, I mean, what? It's going to return static. So it's always going to return an instance of retrieve. So again, I don't think I need to test that. I think all I need to do is make sure that there is a user. Anywho, we'll get an exception, right? So it'll throw an exception regardless of this. So, and we'll catch it. So that's okay. Right, anyway, let's scroll up. Okay, we got some errors here. Check out success, attempt to show a valid session ID. Let's scroll down here. So can see success was not found. Oh, okay. Odd. I'm pretty sure I set that up. Alert success. If is valid. Have I screwed up the is valid check? Is valid is true. Is valid. Maybe we have. Maybe I need to change that to be that. Let's try again. Okay, that's a good invalid user, that's fine. Now this is the success one. Has this worked? Trying to get property ID of a non-object. Oh, that's why. I see. It was here, trying to get property of a non-object. So maybe we do need to, because that's ID off of here, off of a non-object check. So that's a non-object. Do we still have this up? Yeah, we do. So customer is a string. customer as a string, not... Oh, I see. I see what I've done. Customer as a string and not an object. Okay, gotcha. There we go. So, in fact, we can tighten this up a bit. There we go. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was a... where am I looking here? There. I don't know why I thought it was customer details that was an actual object. Okay, let's try that again. Hopefully this will pass. Come on. Cannot find a user. Interesting. Interesting. Why is that? Oh dear. No, this is... I've shot myself in the foot here. So every time the tests run, the database rebuilds itself from a given set of fixtures. Of course, there isn't a fixture yet that has this session ID or customer ID set. So let's go and do that. I knew there was something I needed to screw about with. Let's deal with that. Let's go to... I need to get the customer ID, which is this one. We're going to go over to our data fixtures, and we're going to go into user fixtures, and let's make up a user. We'll use the monthly test. It's enabled. We've got the ID. Nope. We've got the subscription here. I think what I should do is Stripe customer ID is equal to that. And then in here, create HTC user is the user. We should do if is set data customer Stripe ID. We do user set Stripe customer. Oh wait, I need to build one. I didn't think of that. Set Stripe customer. Yeah, I need to actually build a Stripe customer. It's an entity. Yeah, okay, let's do Stripe customer is equal to a new Stripe customer and the Stripe customer set Stripe ID is data Stripe customer ID. That's it. And also Stripe customer set active is true. And then we pass that into our customer. Now, I think probably what's best is if I was to do this outside of this block and do it inside sort of here. So if we did if is set data. Oops. Let's just put that in for a second. This create stripe. Passing in the data and the user. Is it the user and the data? I want to keep it consistent. I'm doing it in let me just take that off of my clipboard. I'm doing it in here. I shouldn't be doing it in there. I should be doing it in here. Lol. Okay, so we need to create. I'll come back for this. We need to create Stripe customer. We'll do that in here. So public function. Stripe customer. Okay. Some parameters. Paste that in. It is an array first of data, and then it is a yes, the user. Gotcha. Other way around. I thought that was the case. So let's stripe customer is equal to this. Whoops. Why can't that? It's a void. Okay. Let's return. So we don't need this anymore. Return Stripe customer. Okay, and then Stripe customer, that's fine. Do user set Stripe customer is Stripe customer. Boom. We probably need to persist it. Yep. Let's call this entity. Return the entity. There's no need for the user at this stage, so that's fine. Oops. Okay. Right, so if is set, and then of course I need to get the actual wording correct, don't I? The key, which is this. Right, there we go. If is set data Stripe customer ID, we create the customer entity and we set it to the customer. Let's make sure. Yes, we are saving and flushing. Sweet. Okay. Whoops. So that should work now. Yep. So what I'm going to do is run in here. I'm going to just get into there. I'm going to do an eval, and I'm going to do make db test rebuild, and that will rebuild the database with those fixtures set. It'll delete the database first, run the migrations. It's a bit slow. Purge that database down, add those fixtures in, and then what it'll do is it'll dump that database back out, which means that the next test when the acceptance tests and the integration tests run, they'll drop the database and then take the database back from this dump. So in theory, because I've ran the user fixtures, there should now be a user that is tied to that customer ID, meaning that we should be able to get past this bit. Meaning that we should be able to run the tests. And I'm going to change that from checkout success to checkout success page, because that makes it look at first glance that we're checking that it's okay, but we're not. We're checking the page. Okay, so checkout success. It looks like that's worked. I think. Has it? Or it's doing it now. Okay, there was one error. What was this? Oh no, that all passed. The error was the deprecations, I think. Yeah, so no, that worked. That went all through okay. Sweet. Okay, next on my list, so that went through okay. We will... The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a Stripe... I'm going to test this rule out. So we're going to create a test Stripe ID, and I'm not going to save it to the database, meaning that, and we'll provide that, and we should get a user can't be found. Yes, in fact, we could probably. I have the Stripe console running. I'm just wondering if I can find a custom ID from there. Let's create an order. Let's just do that. So let's go back here. Back. Link has expired. Let's go back. Come on. Fine. Yep, let's go join now. Let's go pro. Let's do 0, 12, I think we're at now. Testing.how2go.net. And we'll register this with another monthly account. But this time, I won't be saving this to the database. I'll just be using that as a... oh, hello. Interesting. Anything in my logs? Don't think so. Let's try again. Let's do 13. Okay, fine. I don't know what happened there, but we went through. Maybe there's a user with that. No, because I've just deleted the database, so interesting. Okay, let's hit checkout. Gremlins. And all the 4s, all the 2s. that isn't what I... Why is that saying basket is empty? We'll take that and we'll put that into there. I don't understand why that's saying it's empty. That shouldn't be saying that. It should be saying quite the opposite. Anyway, I just want to put that in here. So attempt to go to the success page. Yeah, let's change that to be checkout success page. There we go. I attempt to go to the success page with a valid session ID, but with a unknown user. So I should be shown an error message when accessing the checkout success page. Yeah, it kind of says what it says. I go to here, I see error, and the error, I believe, is cannot find user, or please try again. There we go. Okie dokie. Let's run those tests. I'm a bit weirded out why that says your basket is empty. Don't get that. Why has that happened? If it's not empty, so that'll only happen when we've got that, and when this hasn't happened. So that's by default. Message. Thank you for your purchase. Don't know. But I think this one's going to fail because it's not. It's going to be cannot. That's the exception, not the error message. Maybe I should put these in the catches. Yeah, I'm going to do that. No. Please try again. Odd that these are passing. Oh no, this is an invalid job, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, we'll just let these roll through, and then I'll tackle that. I may have to do it by eye rather than through tests. Come on. All right, they all passed. Okay, good. So we've got to a point where all the tests pass. Fine. So let's do this manually, because this is bumming me out. I don't understand why that's doing that. So I'm going to try it again, and this time I'm going to look out for the logs. We're going to get rid of this one for a second and get rid of this one, and we're just going to concentrate on the logs when this goes through. So here we go. Let's try this again. So we're going to do 0. This is 13 now. Which apparently we've already got. So let's do 14. We're going to hit register. We're going to hit checkout. Okay, so this is the important bit. Still processing. Please try again. Cannot find user. Why is this? That doesn't make any sense. This would be based on a query. Critical cannot find user. It looks like it's tried to do a join where the customer Stripe ID is this. And that hasn't found anything. So, okay, right. So I'm going to go down to process, and I'm just going to work out where that gets saved. Because I thought, oh, it gets set on the checkout session. Checkout session. Customer ID. That's the reference. Save the Stripe session ID to the order summary. Ah, I wonder. I don't think we're saving the customer ID. Am I not? Let me just double check something. We'll go back to the console scripts. How are we? Because I've got this rigged up. I've got the webhooks running, so I can't remember how let's go to command. Let's go to paid event processor. We are looking for all the webhooks of that type. That's fine. We're getting the user from the customer email. Right. All right, let me just step through this in my head. So for each event, we unpack the payload. We get the Stripe customer ID. Get Stripe customer ID from payload. Okay, fine. Let's click on you. So that's going to return the customer ID. Fine. Okay. Now what do we do with this? User is get user from payload. And we're getting customer right, I see. Gotcha. I don't think we're saving the customer ID. Bit of a flaw in my plan. Now I can't remember what this returns, so I guess what I need to do is this. I need to do a dump of checkout session, and we'll just kill the script at this point. So let's do a join now. Let's do it again. So this is in our processor. This is in the process thing. So this happens when the user adds. Yes. So in a minute, when I hit that checkout button. Alright, so it should. I probably need to do this in I think it's a JSON request. On process. Here we go. Right. So what do we get back? Customer is null. Damn. We get the session from the order summary. That's saved. But we don't seem to get the customer. I reckon the customer is created when the invoice is built. Which would make sense. Which would mean we would have to set the customer up. Damn. I didn't realize that. Okay. Never mind. I can get around that. Yep. Okay, that's fine. So we are going to have to do something with this success page, I think. I don't know. I suppose there could be an instance where, if we go to here, where does the customer ID get set from? Are we saying that the customer ID gets set from the cron jobs? Is that correct? So customer ID get from payload, handle customer, create the Stripe customer if there isn't one already. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so there could be an instance where there is the routines come back quicker, and therefore there is a user, and there could be an instance where there isn't a user. Okay, so what I suppose we should do, as we get the email back, is we could see if we can get the customer email, maybe? Or am I overcomplicating this to the point where what is it that I'm trying to achieve here? Why do I need the user? What's the point? I don't think there is one. Yeah, I reckon I've overcomplicated this. I don't think I need to... I mean, it's just going to say thank you for your purchase. I was going to put in thank you for your purchase, your name, but... Nah. Let's get rid of it. I don't need to worry about this. We'll still leave this in. And in here, we're just going to not worry about that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. It doesn't need, like I said, it's a dummy page. It doesn't need to do anything else other than check whether there is a session. Yeah. Yeah, just because you got to the confirmation page, I reckon I should do thank you for your purchase. Your subscription is being set up. There we go. I'm gonna do thank you for your purchase, and then in so we're not going to supply that. We're not going to supply that. Maybe we should. Maybe we should supply that. We get the subscription back. Yes, because then I could say thank you for your purchase, and under that I could say your free account or your monthly account or your yearly account is being set up. Or maybe that's overcomplicating it. Yeah, stop overcomplicating it. Your subscription is being set up. There we go. Fine. Yes. Okay, let me run those tests again, and I think that is all we need to worry about. I've gone around the houses a little bit, but we got there in the end. Make acceptance test. Yes, I think that's fine. Let's also work on the cancel page, because that's another one I want to deal with. In fact, let's get back to the GitHub tests issues. We've done this one. Check that an ID is correct on the success page. That's what we've just done. And that one as well. We've done both of those too. I will put this in a sort of a better look and feel. I'll do that now whilst the tests are going through. So in forget the page, here we go. So let's get rid of that for a second. And I suppose we should have a look at another template for an example. So let's go to front end. Homepage index PB8. That's padding bottom. It's not a good example. Privacy policy, that's a good one. Is it though? How come MD margin top is 20, margin bottom is 20? We are extending front end base. That becomes our body. Aha, that's what I need. Yep. Okay, let's see how those tests are running. I think they should have all gone through. Yep, they are all gone through. Sweet. Let's try this out ourselves now as a manual test. I'm sure it's fine, but let's just go through it again. Cool, let's hit checkout. Alright, all the 4s, all the 2s. Yay! Boom! There we go. Sweet. Now I'll tidy, I'll tidy this up and make it a little bit better. But we've got the functionality in there. That's great. Cool. And whilst that's going on, in the background, the webhooks are running. So what I'm going to do is just get into Git here. So we're going to do git commit -am. Oh, sorry, -m. Adding messages to template. That's that one. So new file. Okay. Git status of the make file. What have I done? Sorry, not git diff. I mean the git diff of the make file. What have I done with that? We have put in -v. I'm going to take that out because I don't think that's needed. Okay. Git status again. What have we done? User fixtures. Oh yeah, we added that. That in. Git checkout. Hang on a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. That's the wrong commit message. Never mind. I know what I'm talking about. -m. That's the test here. Git commit, and this one will be adding template messages to this one, and I want to triple check what I've actually done in here. So, okay, let's get rid of this for a second. Okay, what have we done? So we've dealt with the success page. That's it. That's all we've done. Yeah. I think. Hang on a minute. Oh, we've done some code formatting as well. Okay. Push that up. Yep. And we'll push that into staging as well. So git checkout staging. Git pull. Good, good, good. Git merge. What did I call this branch? Features. Checkout. Success. Hang on a minute. No, no, that doesn't make. Yeah, it was that one. I'm sure it was that one. Maybe I spelled it wrong. There we go. It's looking good. Git push. Boom, boom, boom. Sweet. And I'm going to have a look at the pipelines. So we go to code. Here we go. So we do a compare and poll. This is a new feature request, and also it fixes 105 and 106. So closes. Hash. Ah. $105 and I've done it again. Press that wrong button. Still getting used to this keyboard, you know. 106. Yeah, I don't need to worry about any of that because it's just me doing this. So let's hit create a pull request. Okay, so something's gone wrong on a pre-build. PHP CF has just gone there. Alright, let's deal with that quickly. Git checkout feature, is it features or features? Checkout success, there we go. Let's do make tests. Right, what have you got? It's probably some code formatting type thing. Yeah, here we go. Data fixtures. Alright, let's run the tests anyway. And whilst that's going off, I will do a git diff to work out what that was. It was, oh yes, space at the bottom. Code formatting. And we will also push this into staging as well. Git checkout. And we'll switch back to there for a second. Okay. How are these pipelines doing now? In progress. There's actions. So these are the ones that failed. These are the ones that are going in. All the tests look good. So I guess we'll just have to wait. Yeah, cool. Right, I am off to have my pasty. We got there in the end. I made some decisions, that's why it took so long. I went down a path and then I decided to come back out of it. There's no need for me to associate the user at this stage. That's the task for the back-end jobs to do that. So I'm not worried with that. So excellent. We've added like 4 additional unit acceptance tests, and we've got that running. The tests, the pipelines are in progress, I think. Yep, they're still going around and doing their thing. Let's have a look. Code formatting, that was the one I've just done. So the unit tests on this has passed, so that should have gone through. That's good. Okay, so now it's doing the unit tests and then it's doing the build and push. So that will push to the staging Docker image, and then this one is a merge request. Sorry, no, this one will. This one's a merge request. Yes, this one will push a staging with this char on it, and then this will push to the latest staging. That's right. It's just a way for me to switch images if I need to. And then the pull request is a pull request once that's finished and validated. Thank you very much for watching and watching the struggle. Happy coding, everybody. I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye bye.